on my channel and said it's like when you're reading a book, you've got your own idea in your head of what the characters are like, and you're happy with that. But on the other hand, people like Lillian and Savannah, I think their faces add something to their videos that makes them more relaxing, so I'm not sure whether my face would have the same impact, but well, I just wanted to know what you think. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm doing it straight away either, I'm just curious. Anyway, that's enough of me yabbering on. This is interesting historical facts. Yeah, again, I say this in all my fact videos, there is no proof, there is no... Oh, we start that. They may not be true, but what the hell? I'm not a teacher, so well, whatever. Okay, I'll stop. Okay. Okay. Napoleon constructed his battle plan in a sandbox. To take an oath, ancient Romans put a hand on their family jewels. The shortest war on record was fought between Zanzibar and England in 1896. Zanzibar surrendered after 38 minutes. Yeah, we English, oh yes. Until President Kennedy was killed, it wasn't a federal crime to assassinate the president. Is that true? That's really weird. Did they not think that it'd be pretty bad if somebody killed the leader of your country? Oh, I'm a bit sad that he took Kennedy's death to put that more into order. When the Egyptians destroyed Libya in the 13th century BC, they took 13,230 family jewels of the conquered enemies as trophies. Say nothing. Ching Shi, once a prostitute, became one of the most powerful pirates to have ever sailed. She commanded one of the most formidable pirate fleets in all of China during the early 1800s, with hundreds of ships under her command. There is no evidence that pirates made people walk the plank. Yeah, when I said that these facts may not be true, ignore that. To me, pirates walking the plank, that's my child, Pirates of the Caribbean, so ignore that. Pirates did walk the plank, and I say so therefore it is true. Leonardo da Vinci predicted the mass use of solar energy as long ago as 1447. The oldest glowing light bulb was first switched on in 1901 and lives in fire stations in Livermore, CA. I think that's California. It is known as the Centennial Light. Although Nostradamus, not sure how that's pronounced, although Nostradamus died in the middle of 1566, his 1567 almanac was published because he had the foresight to prepare it before his death. Ancient gladiators were mostly vegetarians. The time interval from the first sighting of the iceberg that sank the Titanic to impact was a little over 30 seconds. The Titanic is about as long as the Empire State Building is tall. Wow, that's quite big. 2 dogs were among the Titanic survivors. largest nuclear bomb ever built, the Tsar Bomba caused damage up to 1,000 kilometers away, approximately. The first known contraceptive was crocodile dung used by Egyptians in 2000 BC. Hundreds of years ago, the Aztecs of Mexico and the people of Nicaragua believed gods lived in volcanoes. They would sacrifice beautiful young girls to these powerful gods. In ancient Egypt, some people paid their taxes in honey. Wouldn't life be great if people still did that? When the Egyptians destroyed Libya in the 13th century BC, they took 13,000 to... Oh, I've already read that one. Okay. The life expectancy in 1900 was just 47 years. In ancient Egypt, priests plucked every hair from their bodies, including their eyebrows and eyelashes. They plucked every hair. Sweet Jesus, that must have hurt. That must have took a while too. But by the time I finished doing one eyebrow, I'm on the floor rolling. I have to dunk my head in the sink full of cold water. The first semi-permanent settlements appeared in Florida around 5000 BC. The flushing toilet was invented in 1596, not by Thomas Crapper, as most people think, but by Sir John Harrington. Thomas Crapper, lol. Vikings used the skulls of their enemies as drinking vessels. The first coast-to-coast telephone line was established in 1914. The Statue of Liberty was a gift of friendship resulting from the diplomatic relationship between the United States and France. The Titanic was the first ship to use the SOS signal. I read somewhere that that's one of the many reasons why no help came. It's because nobody, not all ships were familiar with the SOS signal, so when they heard it, they weren't sure what it meant or something like that. Obviously that's not the only reason, there are other reasons. Another one, like when they let off white sparks, ships nearby, thought they were just celebrating something. It's really sad when you think about it. They took the Titanic, the disaster, to highlight how bad ships were. The range of a medieval longbow is 220 yards. Until the 19th century, solid blocks of tea were used as money in Siberia. Traces of cocaine were found on 99% of UK banknotes in a survey in London in 2000. Wow. There are 92 known cases of nuclear bombs lost at sea. The World Trade Center towers used to have two zip codes, 147 and 148, one for each building. The University Popular Hershey bar was used overseas during World War II as currency. I don't really know what that means. The US motto, "In God We Trust," was not adopted as the national slogan until 1956. The Taj Mahal took 20 years and 20,000 men to finish. last American green cards were actually green, or the last time American green cards were actually green was 1964. Just waiting for the page to load. The Honourable Company of Edinburgh Golfers, founded in 1744, is the world's oldest golf club. The Great Wall of China is 1,400 miles long. The first telephone book was 1 page long and had only 50 names on it. God, I bet telecoms was a bitch then. The first ever patent in the UK was Aaron Rathbone and Roger Burgess, map makers, in 1618. The first bomb dropped on Germany in World War II killed the only elephant in the Berlin Zoo. That's funny but really, really sad at the same time. That poor elephant. And then the fact underneath it is exactly the same, except it says the first bomb dropped by the Allies on Germany. Okay. The average lifespan of a peasant during the medieval ages was 25 years. The ancient Egyptians bought jewellery for their pet crocodiles. Tablecloths were originally meant to serve as towels with which guests could wipe their hands and faces after dinner. Only 8 men were killed in the Battle of Lexington. No one knows who designed the first American flag. No one knows how many people died during the sinking of the Titanic. Or is that no one knows the exact figure? Yeah, that's the same thing. Napoleon had conquered Italy by the time he was 26. Karate actually originated in India, but was developed further in China. Jericho is the oldest walled city in the world and 9,000 years old. It is estimated that there is in excess of 3 billion Bibles have been sold throughout the world. India invented the number system. 0 was invented by Aurora. In the Great Fire of London in 1666, half of London was burnt down, but only 6 people were injured. I read it was 6 people that died. I'm sure 6 people died in the Great Fire of London. Okay, in the 1930s, American track star Jesse Owens used to race against horses and dogs to earn a living. Jesse Owens, isn't that the black American who won medals at the Berlin Olympics? I'm sure. And then Hitler was really cold. I remember reading something in history. I remember. In ancient Rome, it was considered a sign of leadership to be born with a crooked nose. In ancient Greece, if a woman watched even one Olympic event, she was executed. Bit harsh. In 1999, Pepsi Inc. paid nothing in income tax. Okay. In 1987, American Airlines saved $40,000 by eliminating 1 olive from its first-class salads. In 1982, a high school student from Los Angeles, California, unscrambled the Rubik's Cube in 22.95 seconds. In 1980, the city of Detroit presented Saddam Hussein with a key to the city. Is that true? I bet you regret that now. Why did they do that? Well, okay. Excuse me. In 1976, an LA secretary named Janine Swift officially married a 50-pound rock in a ceremony witnessed by more than 20 people. If a surgeon in ancient Egypt lost a patient while performing an operation, his hands were cut off. Harry S. Truman was the last US president with no college degree. February 1865 is the only month in recorded history not to have a full moon. During the Gold Rush in 1849, some people paid as much as $100 for a glass of water. During the 1600s, boys and girls in England wore dresses until they were about 7 years old. Contrary to popular belief, the first ironclad warships were built by Korea in the 16th century. Clocks made before 1660 only had one hand, the hour hand. I suppose you could still tell the time if you didn't have a minute hand, although you'd just be estimating. Cleopatra wasn't Egyptian, she was Greek. Canada's new flag, with its maple leaf design, was unfurled in 1965 in Ottawa. At age 18, the Queen of England was a mechanic for the British military. Approximately 40% of the US paper currency in circulation was counterfeit by the end of the Civil War. Ancient Romans at one time used human urine as an ingredient in their toothpaste. A baboon called Jackie became a private in the South African Army in World War I. A B-25 bomber aeroplane crashed into the 79th floor of the Empire State Building on July 28, 1945. Pilgrims did not eat with forks. They only used spoons, knives, and their fingers. Leonardo da Vinci was dyslexic, and he often wrote backwards. In 1897, Bayer, who is the maker of aspirin, marketed the drug heroin. Early Romans used to use porcupine quills as toothpicks. During World War II, Uncle Ben's was the exclusive supplier of rice to the US Armed Forces. Because metal was scarce, the Oscars were given out during World War II were made of plaster. Cleopatra married 2 of her brothers. Approximately 25,000 workers died during the building of the Panama Canal, and approximately 20,000 of them contracted malaria. superstitions. Collect 7 or 9 different flowers on Midsummer's Eve and place them under your pillow, and it is said that you will dream of your future spouse. And then in brackets it says Sweden, so I'm guessing that's a Swedish superstition. If you catch a falling leaf on the first day of autumn, you will not catch a cold all winter. Many believe that if all the candles on a birthday cake are blown out with one breath while making a silent wish, the wish will come true. 2 people breaking a wishbone is said to lead to good luck for the person with the larger piece. When you speak of bad luck, it is said one should always knock on wood. Also, knocking when speaking of good luck apparently helps with having good luck. This old Celtic tradition related to beliefs of wood spirits. In Asia, the digit 4 never appears in any Nokia handset model number, because 4 is considered unlucky in many parts of Southeast East Asia. Pirates believed that piercing the ears with such precious metals as silver and gold improved one's eyesight. It's bad luck to leave a house through a different door than the one used to come into it. Amber beads, worn as a necklace, can protect against illnesses or cure colds. An acorn at the window will keep lightning out. An acorn should be carried to bring good luck and ensure a long life. Some motorcycle enthusiasts hang a biker's bell from a portion of their bike to protect themselves from evil road spirits. And there was just a massive bang outside. That's really... Oh, for God's sake, it's just next door bringing the wheelie bin down. Oh my God, that scared the hell out of me. It almost sounded like a gunshot, that did. Sorry, back to business. Okay, there are numerous sailor superstitions, such as it is considered bad luck for a ship to set sail on a Friday, to bring anything blue aboard, to stick a knife into the deck, to leave a hatch cover upside down, to say pig, or to eat walnuts aboard. Once a wedding ring has been placed on the finger, it is considered bad luck to remove it. 2 people breaking a wishbone is said... Oh, I've already read that one. Before travelling, a person should apparently sit on their luggage, and then in brackets it says Russian. It is bad luck to put new shoes on a bed or a table. This comes from the tradition of dressing a corpse in new clothes and shoes and laying them out so everyone can get their respects. And that's from the UK. Placing keys on a table is considered unlucky. Placing a hat on the bed is apparently bad luck. Boy, can you place anything on your bed without getting bad luck? God. Opening an umbrella indoors is said to result in 21 days of bad luck. Some traditions hold that it is only bad luck if the umbrella is placed over the head of someone while indoors. If no one walks underneath an open ladder, it is said to bring bad luck. Sometimes it is said that this can be undone by immediately walking backwards back underneath the ladder. Breaking a is said to bring bad luck for 7 years. To undo this, take the shards of glass and bury them underneath the moonlight. In ancient times, the mirror was said to be a window to the viewer's soul. If that mirror were to break, okay, it just finishes like that. It just says, if the mirror were to break, it would. And then that was it. Thank you. The superstitious symbolism of a black cat crossing one's path is dependent upon culture. Some cultures consider this a sign of impending bad luck, while some cultures consider this a sign of impending good luck. I believe that if a black cat crosses your path, it's good luck. And then I read somewhere that if a black cat walks away from you, it's bad luck. So that got me thinking, what happens if a black cat crosses your path and then walks away? That'd be really annoying. At times, a horseshoe may be found above doorways when positioned like a regular U. It supposedly collects luck. However, when it is positioned like an upside down U, the luck drains. I've read that one. A single magpie is considered a sign of bad luck. Is it the rhyme? 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy, 3 for a girl, 4 for a boy, 5 for silver, 6 for gold, 7 for a secret, never to be told, 8 for a wish, 9 for a kiss, 10 for a bird, that's best to miss. And then there's another one as well. 1 for sorrow, 2 for mirth, 3 for a wedding, 4 for a birth, 5 for silver, 6 for gold, 7 for a secret, never to